Welcome back to Business Rocky Mountain. Mike Houghton, my guest. Mike's Director of Public Affairs for the Cellular Telecommunications Association, Industry Association. Mike, you're talking about the fastest growing electronics industry ever, pots and pans for, I call it plain old vanilla, to the wave of the future. A growth rate that is absolutely astounding when you talk about the wireless industry and what's driving it. Certainly one of the things driving it has been the difference in technology. And not only the technology today, but what's out there in the future. Talk about the PCS and the ESMRs, if you would, the personal communication systems and the enhanced specialized mobile radio systems, and how that differentiates and what it could mean down the road.
Okay, let me give you first, I guess, a brief little description. Enhanced specialized mobile radio is a competitive system, wireless system that originally was used for dispatch for cabs and buses and trucks, fleets and things. And it was a two-way type of a dispatch service. There are some companies that have then made enhancements to it to turn it to one using more digital technology and making it more cellular-like. And by doing this, what they hope to provide is a digital service which will allow it to be entirely digital, whereas today, the cellular companies are beginning to move to digital. But the majority of our 20 million customers are analog customers, so we have to work around the analog, and we'll always have analog, by the way, which is your basic voice. If we do, as they introduce digital, there'll be dual modes so that you'll always have the opportunity to go between both. With the ESMRs, they intend to first start in major cities and then to go out and become, by grouping all these little specialized mobile radio companies and enhancing them and hooking it up and making it into a national network. The PCS is the Personal Communication Services, and what this is the licenses that the FCC will be granting for broadband PCS. In December will be the beginning of the auctions. They're going to auction off these licenses where people will be able to compete in the markets where cellular carriers exist today, as will the ESMRs like Nextel. There's also another technology coming where they'll be using low Earth orbiting satellites. There'll be a mobile satellite service. So consumers are going to have a lot of choices in the near-term future, being able to pick and choose the technology they want. We had a panel discussion at our annual convention last year, and in it was Morgan O'Brien from Nextel Communications, Craig McCaw from McCaw Cellular, and Dennis Patrick, who was with Time Warner Telecommunications. And Dennis Patrick was talking about he's planning to get into a PCS application for cable companies so that they were able to go out and compete. But all three of these gentlemen said the same thing, and that is consumers do not buy the technology. Consumers are going to buy the application. They're going to buy the service. Is the service dependable? What does it do for them? They're going to look for differentiation, because when the consumer starts shopping around for wireless service, they're going to want to know a couple things. What does it do? How much does it cost? And how dependable? And does it do what I really need it to do? And so the company, and they all agree that the company who does that is the company that's going to succeed, that brings a product to market that meets those needs. So all this competition that's going to be coming into the marketplace is going to benefit really and truly one person, or not one person, but one segment, and that's the consumer. The consumer is the one that's going to be the big winner in all of this. The new PCS licenses, which will be auctioned off, are expected to generate, I forget how much, I think it's 25 million, maybe more, or billion.
I was going to say billion.
Billion, excuse me. And that's new revenues that the government is going to generate by auctioning that off. So the government benefits, and we, of course, benefit because the government gets the new revenues. That means less chance for taxes, but tax increases. But I'll stay out of politics. I'll concentrate on the technology side. And I think that the new PCS licenses, cellular carriers are going to be able to participate in markets that they don't serve today. So they'll be able to expand their service into those areas. But in areas where they serve today, they're going to be able to have some new spectrum, and what they're going to probably do is expand the types of services they provide. So we're going to see some really innovative new applications coming down the line.
One of the things I understand on the digital enhanced mobile radio side, specialized mobile radio side, is the telephone almost becomes a two-way computer. Or not two-way, certainly a one-way, but it would be possible for somebody at a keyboard to type in a message that would be transmitted to the telephone. Is that available anywhere now?
To a varying degree. Today there are phones out there that can also be a pager and can accept alphanumeric pager, right, so that theoretically your phone can do that. There are some personal digital assistants, I think, that you can
right,
now do the computing and the voice. I think there's, again, I think the way this wave of digital technology, what that really does is it takes a voice wave and turns it into little zeros and ones. And by doing that, they're able to manipulate it and add more conversations to a channel. So it increases the capacity. There are also new applications for wireless data which allow consumers today to be able to use their computers with a wireless modem. They can use a fax machine by a wireless fax machine. So from wherever you are, if you're sitting at the beach, you can send faxes, and you can work with your computer and get your email from your office, and you can take calls. I did this at the beach recently, but the only thing I would caution is don't let your wife catch it, because that's the only problem. You're on vacation. You're supposed to be on vacation.
We talked about the fastest growing consumer electronics product in cellular, and your peg there was that you hit 10 million customers in 9 years, which equaled the VCR. You've already, in another 18 months, 2 years, double that. Who knows what the future is? But one statistic that amazed me was the penetration. That's still at its infancy when you look at it's single digit. What is it?
It's about 8% of the population are now served by wireless. That means that all of that competition that I talked about, there's plenty of room for growth, and there's plenty of room for a lot of players. I think what we're going to see, though, is that, as I say, when this is all said and done, the companies that are going to succeed are the companies that know how to get their product out there and provide good service. There's a lot of competition today in the cellular market between the A and the B carriers. They really are aggressive in terms of the coverage area they serve, aggressive in terms of rolling out new products and services, and in pricing. There's a study that was done in the 25 top markets, and 60% of customers can get service for less than $30 by choosing the right pricing plan. 80% can get it for less than $60. So there's the 20%, which we know are probably the business customers who are out there seeing the value and using a lot of it because of the fact that it's productivity. It improves the productivity of their business or their operation.
And in the brief time we've got left, we talked about an A and a B carrier right now. You've got two carriers in each market. You mentioned, I heard earlier, the potential for 7 per market.
With PCS, you have the potential of 7 more carriers in your area. Then add in the ESMRs and add in mobile satellite, so you probably could be talking about 9 or 10 max. Probably there'll be less, but the point being is it's like long distance. When long distance was opened up, there was a lot of players, and it narrows down to a few. But again, I think we're going to see just an amazing future. There's phones that are out there today that you can use as a cellular phone or a cordless phone. You can use one phone, one number, and take it wherever you are. And these are the kinds of things that are coming. And for the future, I would say the limit is the human imagination.
Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Mike Houghton has been my guest. Mike is Director of Public Affairs for the Cellular Telecommunications Industry Association, CTIA. If you don't own a cellular phone, you have 2 choices in Rocky Mount, U.S. Cellular and Sprint Cellular, and we hope that you'll become a cellular customer. Mike, thank you for Business Rocky Mount.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Heat Master gas logs will be capable of heating your home. Doctor's Gas has been serving you for